Hi, thanks for watching. Let's make a deal real quick. I will not make fun of Candace Owens or Harry Styles for the entire duration of this video, but in return, I get to make fun of Ben Shapiro when I get up to him. Is that fair? It's Ben Shapiro. You can't blame me. Alright, great, let's do it. For those of you who don't have Twitter and do have lives, you probably haven't heard about the Candace Owens, Harry Styles, and Vogue controversy, which just sounds like a game of Mad Libs with a Republican dad and his two daughters who he's very disappointed in. Basically, the short version of it is Harry Styles appeared on the cover of Vogue. He's the first man in the magazine's history to do so, and in the photo shoot, he chose to wear feminine clothing such as skirts and dresses. And professional victim Candace Owens... I said I wouldn't make fun of her. So I am not going to read her Twitter bio and explain why she's so desperate to look like a victim and hero at the same time, because it speaks for itself, so I'll show you. So for those of you who don't know, Candace Owens is a conservative personality and the personification of, we can't be racist, we have a black friend. And before everyone gets mad, I'm not calling the Republican Party racist. I'm saying that every time she pops up in the news and you go to like a Republican community, the first comment every time is going to be, but Republicans are racist, but she's black, explain that. So that's the joke. So Vogue magazine tweeted out some of the pictures of Harry Styles' photo shoot, and so Candace Owens responded with this enlightened statement. There is no society that can survive without strong men. The East knows this. In the West, the steady feminization of our men at the same time that Marxism is being taught to our children is not a coincidence. It's an outright attack. Bring back manly men. What are you talking about? Do you mean that children are learning what Marxism is? Because that's a good thing. And if you mean they're being taught to be Marxist, no, they're not. No, they're not. It's just really funny because she does what a lot of people on the left and right do. She knows there's no content to her take. So what does she do? She brings up communism. Because communism is a buzzword. Communism is real catchy. It really gets people mad. So if you liken her idiotic point about men wearing skirts to communism, yeah, people are gonna agree, because I don't want communism in my good old USA. I couldn't get the accent mid-sentence. Let me try that again. Okay, I'm gonna say this one thing. It's really desperate that because Candace Owens was trending 4 days ago, she's still fucking talking about this. I'm making this video on the 18th. It happened on the 14th. Surely it's... No, I went to her Twitter just now while recording. The most recent tweets are still responding to this 4 days later. And then, as I start recording this, I shit you not, she played the race card. I'm not joking. What? You're gonna play the race card. You're really gonna play the race card. Everyone was against her, so she went from it being about her being sexist to fucking everyone else being racist. Oh, but don't worry, professional white knight Ben Shapiro came to the rescue and, well, made this video have a lot more to make fun of. Ben Shapiro retweeted a video of some woman talking about masculinity in sports movies and how some sports movies are accidentally conservative. Again, what is with women defining how men should be masculine? Really? But don't worry, it gets better. Ben Shapiro comes out with his own gems here. Ben Shapiro, I gotta say, I love how he says so much without actually saying anything. Like, that sounds really insightful, that sounds really poignant, and then you read it again. What is he really saying? Like, what's the point of what he's saying? And I'm not the first one to comment on this, but he's very articulate, and so he takes that articulation and thinks that that's intelligence when it's not. Who talks like this? Who says referendum and floofy in the same sentence? And I'm almost done with the tweets because I actually want to talk about the discussion that should be had here. But yeah, you know how when someone says something like Candace Owens did, and what was my response? Who the hell cares? Why do you care enough to tweet this out? And someone's response to me making this video might be, well, you cared enough to make the video. So why am I doing a John Travolta impression? And a bad one at that. Well, you made the video responding to Candace Owens responding to Harry Styles. So you can't say who cares because you care. It's literally saying that anytime you blow something up and someone calls you out for it, that they're also guilty of blowing it up. So what fucking idiotic toddler would ever use that logic? Because it's not an argument. Oh, Ben Shapiro did it. Whatever. Let's focus on the point here. I don't care that Harry Styles chose to wear a dress or a skirt or whatever. He's a multi-millionaire with millions of supporters. He's not brave for doing that. It is not brave to do something when you have millions of people who are going to support you no matter what. But the thing that really bothers me is that, statistically speaking, there are issues that men in particular face at a greater rate than women. When you tell people to just act like the idea you have for them, it just reinforces that those problems are acceptable, that those problems are normal. It's not normal that in 2018 it was 356% more likely for a man to commit suicide than a woman. That's not normal. And when you say something like, let men be manly men the way it's supposed to be, you're saying that those problems are okay. It's not normal. It's not okay. I know that the response people might have to that idea is, well, that's not what Candace Owens was saying. She's talking about a skirt. She's talking about a dress. You're making it so much more than that. You mean like how she was talking about the role of gender and made it about race? That? And also, yeah, she didn't say anything about suicide. Well, she did say something about suicide. So that's kind of fair game. However, when you talk about gender norms being reinforced, that's a part of the conversation. You can't have it both ways. You can't say that men have to act like men and then not acknowledge that men are committing suicide at higher rates, that men are abusing their partners at higher rates. Men also have a higher rate of being dependent on drugs and alcohol than women. Is that normal? It's really weird that you have this whole thing that black people don't have to conform to norms and they don't have to be Democrat. Women don't have to conform to norms. They don't have to be Democrat. And those who break tradition and those who break norms are brave. Like you. You're brave for doing that. But Harry Styles breaking norms isn't masculine. It's weak. It's unstable. So you know what, Candace Owens? I'll do what you do. Don't wear suits anymore. Women should be seen, not heard. That's my idea of femininity. And you know what? While we're at it, you have to vote Democrat. You're black and a woman. How dare you do otherwise? Except wait, you being a black woman who votes Republican is the reason you have a career. I guess there's nothing else special about you, is there? We became more progressive as a society. You don't have to be defined by whatever gender you were given. I mean, look at Jason Momoa. I would argue he's the manliest man who ever manned. He recently did a photo shoot in which he wore pink and talked about how it didn't feel like it wasn't masculine to him because pink's just an awesome color and he wants to wear it. Are you really going to say that Jason Momoa isn't masculine? Because check out this picture of Jason Momoa. I don't even know what picture it is, but I know when I pick it in the edit, it's going to make me insecure and like play Ring Fit for an extra 20 minutes. If this picture came with IKEA furniture instead of instructions, it's so manly that I would be able to figure out how to put the furniture together without the instructions. But wait, he likes wearing pink. That's not manly. It's almost like this whole idea is something that you don't even believe in. It's just something that when you don't like it, when it makes you uncomfortable, that's when there's an issue with it. You can't have it both ways. I usually like to end with some kind of joke, be lighthearted. I usually don't get serious when I make these. So how's this for a joke? The two people coming out to talk about gender is a black woman who broke all norms, and that's the only reason she has a career, and Ben Shapiro talking about gender when his wife convinced him that him not being able to make her wet is normal. Bye. I mean, I live with my girlfriend and I cook every night. Is it because I'm feminine? No. It's because I'm cheap. I also usually grow my hair out. My hair is usually pretty long. Is that because I'm feminine? No, it's also because I'm cheap.